So in today's video, we are bringing to you one of the trending baddest boys in the movie industry, Maurice Sam. Maurice is one of the hottest guys in the industry today that every woman wants to have a taste of. So we are here to let you know about 10 actresses Maurice has had deep romantic touches with, that no one has to tell you that there is something deeper that is most likely to happen afterwards. And we are also going to include the movie titles so you can confirm for yourself after watching them. But before we continue, welcome back to Nollyview, the only place where we talk about your favorite Nollywood movies and celebrities with all honesty, style, and a dash of our own opinions. Please do well to like, share, and also comment your own thoughts, and stay tuned. At number 1 is Uche Montana in the movie Behind Perfect. The movie talks about Uche, who found out that her fiancé, who she has been dating for over 2 years, was getting married to a top politician's daughter. Although she had met Maurice a couple of times at the gym, she initially told him that she had the best man in the world when Maurice made advances, until she was finally served. Uche tried to put herself after several months of being heartbroken. She finally resumed her gym routine to clear her head, so Maurice got his chance when she told him that all men are scum. They made out at the gym that night, and after Uche saw how good this dude was on the other side, it became a back-to-back routine. You should check out the movie to see how intense they both showed affection. Number 2 is Chioma Nwaoha in the movie Body and Soul. The movie started with Maurice, who was an irresponsible son to a disciplined father who wanted his son to take over his company. All Maurice does is sleep with all the girls he lays his hands on. Maurice doesn't sleep with a lady twice until he meets this mysterious beauty damsel he met at the bar, and straight to his bed. He woke up to find out that she had left, and also remembered that he had missed a board meeting. He got to the office to find out that he has been demoted from his position. Maurice was dumbfounded to find out that this beautiful damsel had taken over his position, and all the effort he made for his dad to fire her made things worse for him. Maurice found out that he was fighting a lost battle, so he considered and asked for her help while they had it back to back even at the office. Number 3 is Teniola Aladese in the movie Addicted. The movie talks about Maurice and his girlfriend Bentley. All they do for a living is snatch people's cars, rob a store, and get away with expensive goods and set guys up to get away with their money. The lovers have lived the life of pleasure and gratification for 3 years until one day, Maurice bumped into his best friend Jessica, who left him and relocated with her husband to Germany. Jessica found out the kind of lifestyle Maurice got involved into after she left him. Maurice used to be a very responsible young man until he met Bentley, who exposed him to nightclubbing, fraudulent activities, and explicit lifestyles of back-to-back sex. Maurice was beginning to get back to his senses after Jessica came back to his life, but the problem was how he was going to leave Bentley, who would kill to have her man back. The question is what would become of him if he ran away and never came back. Number 4 is Pamela Okoye in the movie To Be Better or Bitter. In this movie, Maurice happens to be a responsible married man with a happy family, but he has a side chick, Pamela, who played the role of Sonia. Sonia will do anything and everything possible to keep Maurice, who is a caring man, and showers her with lots of gifts, to the point that Sonia tells her friend how good Maurice is in bed, but her friend tries to remind her about taking away someone else's husband. One morning, his wife picked his phone when Sonia called to tell him that she was pregnant after 3 years of his extramarital affair. Maurice still didn't stop his affair with his side chick because she was sweeter, to the extent of bringing Sonia into his matrimonial home when his wife left the house with their daughter. Maurice was going to learn from the biggest mistake he ever made. Number 5 is Mercy Eke in the movie Sleepyhead. In this movie, Maurice just broke up with his girlfriend, who emotionally blackmails him of being a lucky man to have her. That night, he was sexually tense due to too much alcohol, so he went to a dating app on his phone to book an escort for the night. Maurice woke up the next morning to find a strange woman on his bed. He got mad at himself and paid her off. Maurice never lived such a lifestyle of patronizing escorts, but he one way met again with Mercy on the street through his friend who patronizes escorts often, and they became closer. She kept coming after that night, but he never slept with her, but all she kept giving him was a massage. Maurice became interested in her and paid her very well whenever she came around, with a promise that she wouldn't go back to the street for that day. One day, he invited her to his house for dinner. He offered to pay her if she can stay in his house for 1 week to get to know her better. A few days later, during the 7-day streak, Maurice's girlfriend came back saying that she is pregnant. So, who would he choose? A street girl or a girl who makes him feel less of a man? Number 6 is Onye Alex in the movie After I Do. The movie talks about Maurice and his newly wedded wife Anna, who lost touch of her marriage because her husband Maurice couldn't satisfy her in bed. Her ex, who happens to be the only guy she dated before she met her husband, deflowered her and also initiated her to what looked like a wild sexual fantasy. Anna thought she could cope with her husband, who is modest, but after 5 years, her frustrations grew. She wanted sex in the kitchen, at the back seat of the car, and at the office, but her husband believes that the bedroom is the only modest way to make love. She vowed not to cheat on her husband, who is a good man, even when her ex came back to ruin her marriage. If only she could communicate to her husband, but she is scared of what her husband will think of her, until she found out that she was about to lose her marriage. Number 7 is Mercy Isoyip in the movie To Have and to Heal. Maurice still played the role of a responsible father with a happy home until one day he accidentally ran over a lady. He took care of her bills and told his wife about all that had happened. After some time, Mercy, who played the role of Keisha, found her way around and began working for him in his establishment, and their love affair began. All of a sudden, the nice and caring man became hostile to his lovely wife and daughter when he discovered something sweeter. All his wife did to win her husband back proved abortive with the help of her best friend Tess. Maurice finally brought his side chick home when he saw the stress of having her back to back from a distance. His wife had no choice than to fight the battle spiritually, and it was later revealed that Maurice was under a spell and had been eating spiritually food that almost killed him. And do you know who orchestrated all these plans? It was Tess, his wife's best friend. At number 8 is Chiamaka Nwaturocha in the movie Addicted to My Side Chick. In this movie also, Maurice found himself again as a victim of eating spiritual food. Maurice was happily married but had a side chick outside his home. What baffles me the most is that some men choose to have an affair with girls far less than their wives. Maurice prefers to spend his time after work in his side chick's house, Candy, because she was more sweeter in bed. So Maurice kept eating his spiritual food back to back. After some time, his wife began to suspect him of his several late nights to the point of begging her husband not to keep another woman outside their home. And all the effort his friend Banji made for Maurice to see that Candy will ruin his marriage was not working. Maurice spends all his salary on his side chick to impress her with buying her a car, rent, and furnishing her apartments with a lot of expensive gifts, and was left without a penny to give his wife whenever she asked him. Maurice went broke to the point of asking his friend for a loan to keep his pocket afloat. And after he got the money, he spends everything on Candy at the expense of his wife's well-being. So, his wife was set to divorce him when Maurice found out that he was locked inside a bottle. Now, he is set to do the unbelievable. Number 9 on the list is Pearl Watt in the movie International Houseboy. This movie talks about the young hustler, Maurice, who found himself in the UK with a visiting visa, but his intention was to work and make a living during his short stay. One thing led to another, and he found himself working as a houseboy for two heartbroken ladies, Vicky and Cherry, who are flatmates. One day, Cherry saw him and got moved by his physique, and Maurice did his job on her without much hesitation. Along the line, Pearl, who is Vicky in the movie, also started developing feelings for him with several touches that got Cherry jealous. Vicky also saw it as an opportunity to use Maurice to get over her man who cheated on her and broke her heart. She also couldn't resist the houseboy, as Maurice was ever ready to satisfy his bosses. Cherry found out that she was pregnant for Maurice, and Vicky has fallen deeply in love with the kind of guy that can satisfy her. Vicky was also willing to go the extra mile to make his visa a permanent one. Sam found out about Cherry's pregnancy. So what happens to his visa when Vicky found out about his affair with her flatmate? You may also want to find out. And number 10 is Sandra in the movie The Boy Next Door. Maurice did it again this time. He was barely 2 weeks in the estate as a new tenant, but he wouldn't let the ladies to rest. The bad boy has been chasing this lady and wouldn't let her be for a while now. Then he formulated a strategy to tell her that he wanted an electrician number from her. The thing is that of all the occupants in the estate, Sandra is the only one Maurice kept disturbing for the electrician's number. Sandra gave him the number, and while the electrician was at it, her light switched off while she was in the middle of an important task. Sandra went to check what happened, but the electrician had gone and his number switched off. So Maurice offered that she can work from his house, although Sandra has been having issues with coming up with a great idea to complete a task by her boss. So Maurice helped her solve the problem, and the board were happy with her performance. That evening, she went to Maurice's house, and it resulted in a happy ending after having so much to drink. You know how a girl keeps coming back when you're good on the other side. Sandra came back to find Maurice with his girlfriend, who is a rich kid. The ladies go way back as friends in high school days though. But along the line, Maurice's girlfriend found out about their affair, so she was going to frustrate them both by going to Sandra's office to tell her boss to lay Sandra off with a mouth-watering offer from her father's wealth, and also frustrate the poor boy who wouldn't rest from women. You should see the movie to see how it all went. So with everything said for your opinion to judge, what do you think about this bad boy Maurice Sam? And which other movie do you know that we are yet to include? Please comment below, and thanks for watching.